Sheila was like this, but he is the son of one of our founders of MSSI. She's the one who was the one who started the support group and also promoted its growth in the rest of the country. Sheila Sai Chitness. And we made a request. Please call us multiple sclerosis warriors. So yes, warriors. So I'll ask one or two of them to talk about how they live or how they are living with.
When Sheila asked me to talk about multiple sclerosis, I brought an electrical wire and explained that multiple sclerosis is a demyelinating condition, which is a big word for lay public. But what that myelin does is myelin is like an insulation of a wire. But the insulation of a wire is only meant to protect your hand from getting electrical shock. The purpose of the myelin in the brain, which coats all the nerves, is to also help in the propagation of the electrical impulse along the nerves. And when that myelin gets eroded, the conduction of the electrical impulses from one brain cell to the other brain cell is impaired, and therefore you get impairment of function. If it involves the nerve fibers which give you power to the lower limb, then your lower limb becomes weak. If it involves the nerve fibers which go to your urinary bladder, then you have difficulties in passing urine, etc. Why did I say it 10 years ago when I started? Because there is a lot of understanding of multiple sclerosis which has occurred in this interim period. And now it has been shown that this demyelination occurs because of an autoimmune reaction. What triggers this autoimmune reaction is really not known, but there are many hypotheses. You get a measles virus infection in childhood. The measles virus remains in your body, and then it changes its form from the original form to an altered form. And this altered form triggers off a reaction. That is one of the hypotheses. It's never been proven. The other hypothesis is a viral condition like human herpes virus 6. Now, so many things, those are meant for guys like me to try and understand. It's not meant for you all. All you all need to know is that there is some triggering factor which stimulates an autoimmune reaction. It stimulates a cell which is known as the microglia, which is the culprit in all this. So now it has been shown that besides the demyelination, you have an autoimmune reaction, that this affects the nerve cells die, and the volume of the brain becomes less. Now this is not a totally bleak story. Fortunately, because of this understanding of the pathology, it has resulted in many drugs. 10 years ago, we had only the interferons and the glatiramer acetate. They were horribly expensive, and very few Indian patients could really afford. I know for a fact that although we used to practice it in a 5-star hospital like Jasrock Hospital, very few patients were on interferons. There were more patients on interferons in All India Institute and in the army hospitals, because the army hospitals in the central government used to indent all that, and it did cost. Fortunately, for all patients, all warriors of MS, let me say, the prices of the interferons have come down drastically. Now, the disadvantage of these interferons is they are injectable drugs. You have to take a weekly injection or 3 times a week injection, and with each injection there's a flu-like illness. So the person is laid down for about a day after the injections. Now there are 3 drugs which can be taken orally. They are dimethyl fumarate, teriflunomide, and fingolimod. And fortunately, all 3 drugs are available in India, and they are available as cheaply as about between 3,000 to 4,000 rupees a month. They have an efficacy of preventing relapses of MS in the vicinity of about 50%. And God forbid, even if the relapses do occur, they are relatively milder and recovery is better. So there is a lot of hope. Now there is one form of MS. Let's say, what are the forms of MS? You can get attacks of MS in any of those things which I mentioned here behind me. That is known as a relapse. So the most common form of MS is remitting and relapsing MS. Okay? So you get an attack during which you are handicapped, you are given treatment for the acute attack, you recover from the acute attack, and you come back to baseline. But unfortunately, as the attacks keep on occurring, you don't reach the baseline. You become 90% better, then 80% better, then 70% better. And then that stepwise deterioration is there, which is known as secondary progressive MS. Now there is a rare condition which is known as primary progressive MS, which is progressive right from the word go. Those are few and far between, but if one of the warriors of MS gets that, it's rather unfortunate. However, recently there is a monoclonal antibody called ocrelizumab. When you say Zumab, it means that it is humanized. It is 90% from human. It is not chimeric, it's not taken from other species. So Zumab is a humanized monoclonal antibody which wipes out the disease if given early enough. Another one, alemtuzumab, which also wipes out the disease. And to the fact that it wipes the disease off, you have to give injections today, after 2 weeks, then repeat after 6 months, and then after further 6 months. And there's no further repetition. So it wipes out the disease. That is the advantage of understanding of the whole pathogenesis, what we call translational research. The research is translated into therapy, and therefore we say from the bench to the bedside. That is translational research. Now, unfortunately or fortunately for us, India does not have the resources to do that type of research on MS because MS is not as common as certain other conditions which involve the nervous system, like strokes or tubercle meningitis or other things. Here we talk about MS patients in thousands. If you talk about strokes, if you talk about tubercle meningitis, you'll be talking about million or 100,000 or 200,000. So fortunately for us, MS is not that common, and therefore the research is being done in the United Kingdom, in European Union, in America, and we benefit from that research. In my undergraduate days, when something came out in West, it would take 10 to 15 years for that research to reach India. Nowadays, fortunately for us, the drugs come within 6 months. So I think there is a lot of hope. But the fact is that the diagnosis must be made early. Now, coming to the diagnosis of MS, I personally feel with the advent of the MRI machines, the diagnosis of MS has increased. Even general practitioners will order an MRI, and the radiologist who looks at the MRI will report on MS. Unfortunately, without getting the full history, if the radiologist reports as multiple sclerosis, it triggers off a lot of panic amongst the patients. So all demyelination seen on the MRI is not MS also. But with that, the number of patients being diagnosed with MS is increasing. And I personally feel, it is my feeling, that the true incidence of MS is also increasing in India. It's a very interesting story that I can tell you. When my mentor, Dr. Wadia, was working on MS, he got a paper from Iran in which the Parsis of Iran had an increased incidence of MS. Now he was very excited because he felt that the Parsis in India also have an increased incidence of MS. So he wrote off to the author and he says, I did not know that there are still Parsis in Iran. So that fellow replied and told him, sorry, these are Muslim patients, but they come from that area of Iran known as Pars, and therefore we call them Parsis. And I wonder whether we Parsis have come from that area of Iran known as Pars in the original days. So when the Rana of Zanjan asked us, where are you from? We may have said we are from Pars in Iran, and therefore we were called Parsis. So MS has helped me to get the original of the word Parsis also. Now if there are any questions that anybody would like to ask, and if I can answer them, I'll be happy to answer. That our fibers, our nerves, are made up of millions, and that if this is the body of the cell, the exome which carries the signal will span the length of 3 football fields foot length to length. So now imagine one football is demyelinate. When did that occur? to all of you. You may have heard of the disease called Alzheimer's disease. The modern research tells it is when plaques are accumulating for 25 years before they become symptomatic. In your case, we do not know.